morning, class. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Okay, today for science, what we're going to do is learn about making observations. So please take out your notebooks and write down the aim. Aim, how to make observations. Question. Okay? Who knows what the word observation means? Fran?
It's when you study certain objects or things.
When you study certain objects and things, very good. Matthew, can you add to that?
Yes. I want to add on to Francis is when you look at things.
When you look at things, very good. When you look at something, when you watch something, okay, you're doing what? You're
Studying.
thinking and you're studying about it. Very good. Okay. So we're going to learn about how to make an observation. Right now I'm going to be showing you a little 5-minute video on BrainPop about how to do your observations. And at this point I would be setting up the video on a blackboard and playing the video without any lows. Okay, technical difficulties.
The
Here we
five
go.
senses. You can use your eyes to see the color, shape, and size of
Okay,
something.
guys, let me
You can
rewind
use
this a
your
little
eyes
bit.
to see the color.
Here we go.
Check it out. They're frog eggs. I'm going to observe them and watch how they grow. How do you observe? When you observe, you pay close attention to something. To observe, you can use the five senses. You can use your eyes to see the color, shape, and size of something, and to look closely at all of its parts.
Okay, guys, now for your observations, what's the first sense that you use?
Your eyes.
Your eyes, correct. Okay, eyes. Now, let's check out what the next sense is.
Its parts. You can use your nose to smell and compare it to other smells that you know.
Okay, guys, next sense is
Your nose.
the
smell.
nose. The nose. Okay.
You can use your ears to listen carefully for different sounds. You can
Okay. Fran?
You can use your ears.
Ears. Ears. So you can listen. Listen to what? What do you think you would listen to?
Noises.
Noises, right. Noises coming from
Anything.
what you're observing.
Nature.
Right.
You can use your hands to gently touch and feel different parts. You can use your mouth and tongue to taste. Right. You should not taste that.
Okay. Now, the next two senses would be
Hands and mouth.
your hands and your mouth. Hands would you use your hands for?
Touch.
To touch the item, correct? And Matt?
Mouth to taste.
To taste it. Would you want to taste something edible, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
something that you can't really eat. Like what Moby did, a flower. Really? Okay.
Taste that. You should only touch or taste if a grown-up says it's okay. When you observe something, try looking at it from different spots. Things can look different, depending on where you are. You should also take your time when you observe. Things might change. If you can, make observations during different times of the day. When I observe the weather in the morning, it can be really different than the weather in the afternoon. I like to take notes and write down my ideas as I observe. How can you record what you observe? You can record your observations by writing, drawing, taking pictures, taking video, or even recording sounds. Sometimes we describe our observations in words. The bird has black and red shiny feathers. Other times, we describe our observations with numbers. The bird laid 3 eggs and 2 hatched today. It's helpful to record your observations in a chart, calendar, or other graphic organizer.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is go over a few of the other steps that the video mentions, okay? Now, the 5 senses, right here, 5 senses for observation are the eyes, so we can see things, colors, shapes, sizes, the nose, we can smell, okay, if something smells nice, if something smells not so nice, okay, you can compare it to other smells. When you listen, all right, you listen carefully to sounds and noises that it makes. And with the hands, you can touch the different textures and feel the different, like if it's, maybe it's hot or maybe it's cold. And of course, your mouth, if you can eat it. Otherwise, we don't need to use the mouth. Okay? Now, another idea is, she said you could take notes and you could write down the information. Okay? Now, in front of us, what I wanted to start off with is this box. Curious as to know what is in this box? Alright.
Sure.
Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'd like you guys to do your own observations. Okay? I have here this box. I'm just going to place it here, and we're going to split into groups. Okay? This group here, I'm going to give you the box, and you guys could pick it up and touch it and play around with it, and maybe you can figure out what it is that is actually inside. Okay? For this other part, I have these 2 bowls. One with Diet Cola floating, and the other one with regular Pepsi, regular cola. Okay, and you're going to tell me why one is floating and the other one is not. Okay, and?
I think I know why it's floating.
Good. Okay, what I want you to do is, I'm going to leave this up here on this side. Okay, and this group is going to observe the box. This group here is going to observe the floating Coke. and the not floating Coke, okay? And you can take out your science notebooks and you write down, using all your senses, okay, what it is that you think your reasoning is. Why is this happening? Why is one floating and one is not? They're both cans, they're both Cokes, okay? The only difference is one is diet and one is not, okay? So you're gonna take time out and we're gonna figure out why one floats and one does not, and figure out what's in that box, okay? And then the next question would be a continuation for tomorrow is why this one floats and this one doesn't. You're going to make a hypothesis, okay? And tomorrow we'll discuss what a hypothesis is. Okay? Let's get started.